Hi YouTube, it's Molly and I'm here to talk about my grandmother. So I am sure a certain amount of you have the same things with old people that you love and that you've grown up with suddenly deciding to behave really badly just because they can. Now my gran is definitely guilty of this. She's hilarious and I love her a lot, but she comes up with some really crazy shit. So I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff that she says and does that's mental because I think you'll find it funny. So yes, she is 88. She's been a widow for 5 years, and she lives in London, not very far from us, just a couple of miles away. And she, so every Sunday she comes over, and there seems to be a lot of the crazy stuff that happens always on a Sunday because she always comes over on a Sunday. That's when we mainly see her. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you a few things. She is fascinated by reality TV. It is like she's really just drawn in by it. I don't know why, because I thought she'd be quite disgusted by it if I'm honest, because she doesn't she's not really, I don't know, before I think she would have been disgusted, but now she's completely she's just all into things that trying to embarrass people with and stuff. So anyway, so she's really interested in reality TV and she watches like Towie, Geordie Shore, all that horrible stuff. We don't have a TV, so we don't watch that stuff, but my grandmother is obsessed. And the problem with her watching is she doesn't understand a certain amount of the terminology used and a certain amount of things that happen. So, she is asking questions like, what is a vajazzle, what is a blowjob, all these kind of things that she doesn't actually understand. But she also understands that there's some kind of sexual connotation or some kind of, untoward connotation towards it. So she's trying to embarrass me by asking me things. So, of course, I give her lots of pleasure in telling her what it is while blushing furiously. But, she asked me, so I'm going to tell her. Yeah. And then another thing she likes to do is she likes to shock people during meal times. So she's got you cornered, she's got you sitting down, and so she'll then come out with bam, like the most ridiculous things. So she says things like, I don't know, she likes to talk about how pajazzles and vajazzles, like she once told my dad that he should get a pajazzle during a meal time. Had a huge conversation about cat rape during one meal time. She talks about all sorts of things. It talks about sex as well during meal times. Not suitable, especially seeing as our son is sitting right at the head of the table. So cringe, cringe, cringe is all I can say. But it's funny, like I said before, because she's 88. She can get away with whatever she wants to. But the worst thing that she has done so far has been, well, I'll set it up for you. We had family over and we're all in the house having fun, and my gran is in the garden sunning herself a bit with, and my brother Ambrose is there, my uncle Edward's there, and they're just sitting in the garden. My gran came up with a question, do you know what's great about, the best thing about being old? And they said, no, what is it? And she came out with, the best thing about being old is that your pubes don't grow anymore. She's mental, but I love her because she's ridiculous. So that's just me telling you a few crazy things about my gran, and I hope you like it. So bye YouTube.